So I'm gonna make this short because I don't really care about this movie, but all you need to know is that Supergirl is fucking retarded and an absolute disgrace to the character of Lobo. It's pretty simple, there's really no argument against this because anybody with eyes can see that Supergirl is an abomination.
What the fuck is this ranting for vengeance bullshit?
Alright, I'm ArkoMarko, and welcome back to episode 2 of me sitting down to review this absolute melon of a man. This fat, chunky Mars bar. This human-shaped pile of disappointment known as Ranting for Vengeance. Since the last episode clearly didn't get through that thick skull of yours, I'm back with even more smoke. Yeah, still using AI slop to cook him, because the slop masturbator can't stop crying about slop every 5 seconds. The only slop that matters is the sloppy mess that came out of your dad's nuts the night he accidentally created you. Episode 1 wasn't enough. Your chunky ass is still flooding my feed like a burst sewer pipe, so here we are for round 2. Let's go deeper this time. First off, the elephant in the room that nobody wants to say out loud. Your voice and delivery are genuinely painful. Not even funny painful, just sad. You talk like you've got 2 marshmallows stuffed in your cheeks and a blocked nose 24/7. Every video you're huffing and puffing like you just sprinted a marathon, when we all know the only exercise you get is lifting the remote or another family-sized bag of crisps. How does someone so young sound so out of shape? It's actually impressive in the worst way possible. You call yourself ranting for vengeance, but it's more like complaining for copium. You're not vengeance, you're just a bitter little keyboard warrior who discovered rage bait pays better than school. At this point, you're basically a parody of the angry YouTuber stereotype. Pale, overweight, zero social skills, hiding behind a microphone because real life is too scary. Let's talk about how obsessed you are with other men's bodies. You spend hours analyzing superhero costumes, complaining about muscles being too small or too gay or not masculine enough. Bro, the amount of time you stare at pictures of male characters in tight suits is actually concerning. You call everyone else gay as an insult, but you're out here doing the most homoerotic media analysis I've ever seen. Take a step back and ask yourself why you're so fixated on how ripped or how dressed fictional men are. That's not anti-woke, that's repressed. You hate modern audiences so much, but you're part of the most brain-rotted modern audience there is. Chronically online teenagers who think liking old comics makes them intellectuals. Newsflash. Liking 90s Spider-Man doesn't make you deep. It just means you're scared of anything new. The world changed. Stories evolve. You didn't. You stayed the same salty, underdeveloped potato. Your thumbnails look like they were designed by a colorblind toddler on Red Bull. Giant red arrows, crying wojacks, all caps, destroyed, slop, trash. It's the same template every single time because you have zero creativity. Your channel is a factory line of identical outrage videos with different titles. Zero effort, maximum seethe. You love saying, "not my character," like the entire entertainment industry owes you personal ownership. Nobody cares what a 15-year-old who still lives with his dad thinks is canon. You don't own these franchises. You're not preserving anything. You're just throwing tantrums because they won't stay frozen in your narrow little nostalgia bubble. Let's get specific again. Look at this. Another video where you're melting down over something that hasn't even come out yet. You're preemptively calling it slop before the trailer even finishes. That's not criticism, that's a mental illness. You've trained your brain to hate first, ask questions never. You attack female characters for being too strong or Mary Sue's, while praising male characters who do the exact same shit. The hypocrisy is thicker than your neck. Deep down, you're just terrified of women who don't need saving by some brooding male lead. That's not based, that's fragile. You throw around words like degenerate, troglodyte, illiterate, like they make you sound smart, but your own spelling and grammar in the comments is dog shit.
Ranting for vengeance? More like whining for attention from Mummy's basement. Sit the fuck down, lad.
Squeaking from your room about woke slop while looking like you've been mainlining Mars bars since birth. Here we go again with this John Bernthal's Punisher is complete garbage. The only garbage is your delivery, lad. You can't speak for shit. Sounds like your tongue's too fat for your mouth. You seem real insecure by calling people gay, yet you can't get your facts straight, you big rat. Punisher is woke now because you said so. I'm not ripping into you because you're Irish. I'm ripping into your melon because your chunky ass keeps forcing itself onto my feed. Ranting for vengeance? What the fuck is that even supposed to mean? Vengeance ain't gonna cut it when your takes are this weak, fat Mars bar. Supergirl is super cringe slop. Peak rat behavior. You can't even finish a sentence without sounding like an angry potato who's out of breath. Fucking can't speak, can ya? You seem real insecure by calling people gay, yet you can't get your facts straight, you big rat. A woman as Supergirl is cringe. The only cringe is that face every time you open your gob. Your chunky ass is clogging up my entire recommended page.
Pot, kettle, black. You absolute melted chocolate bar. The way you copy your dad's entire style is actually sad. Same camera angle, same hoodie, same room, same script. You're not building your own thing. You're just mini-me version of the same grift. Generational slop. Dad passed down the family business of being insufferable online, and you took it with both hands and extra fries. You act tough, but one mildly critical comment sends you into a response video spiral. That's not vengeance, that's insecurity wearing a cape. The real world is going to eat you alive when you eventually have to leave that bedroom. No one out there cares about your comic book purity tests. Log off. Delete the recording software. Go outside. Touch some grass. Talk to actual human beings. Eat something that isn't processed sugar and regret. Maybe hit the gym instead of just watching men in spandex. See you in episode 3, you fat, chunky rat.